She gave him an inch, and he took everything.
I felt like he was going to kill me.
Crime Watch Daily follows a young woman down the darkest of trails, trapped in a prison of drugs, sex, brutal violence.
I was crying, I was begging and pleading for him to stop.
And one unspeakable act that will absolutely turn your stomach.
You had to do it because you were in fear of your life.
Gabbe Rowland had the voice of an angel. But that beautiful voice would be silenced when the 24-year-old singer meets the devil himself. His name is Justin Mustafa, a criminal who Gabby says is addicted to heroin. But Gabby is hypnotized by her old schoolmate's bad boy charm.
I found him physically attractive. He had qualities about him, like he came across as very honest, very hardworking.
But Gabby's mom, Marilyn, isn't buying any of that, and her mother's intuition is right on the money.
I Googled him and found out that he was going to jail for his crimes against another woman.
And those crimes are truly detestable. Mustafa was making a sex tape with a girlfriend without her knowledge.
He had asked, "Have you ever heard about me in the paper? Did you ever read about me?" And I said no. And he came forth right away and told me about an open court case that he had with a previous girlfriend. And I took that as complete honesty and figured, well, you don't have to tell me that, but you are.
It should have sent Gabby running, but instead...
Was she visiting him behind bars?
Yes, all the way through this year, when he was in jail, I thought she would change her mind, she would leave him.
Gabby doesn't change her mind, and Mustafa emerges from prison paranoid and violent, accusing Gabby of cheating on him and beating her in retaliation.
So you break up. Do you go home to your mom?
I did, yes.
Then, Gabby makes a move that puts her right back in danger.
So you reach back out to him?
Yes. I told him that I thought I was pregnant and that we should try working on our relationship for the sake of this child, and he was in agreement.
Sadly, Gabby miscarries, but that tragedy seems to bring the couple together.
I always kind of refer to it as like a good month. We would have cookouts and go out for ice cream and bike rides, and then at the end, on June 29th, everything changed.
June 29th, it's the Saturday when an unhinged Mustafa switch flips again.
He started accusing me of cheating on him while he was in jail. We were in the shower, and I remember hugging him, kissing him, and just taking a step back and wiping the water off my face. And as soon as my hands went down by my side, he just started backhanding me across my face. And to the point where I lost my balance. I was knocking over shampoo bottles and trying to keep my balance in the shower.
But it's not over. Mustafa has a plan to keep Gabby under his control forever.
We were driving around, and he started praising himself, saying that he's such a wonderful boyfriend. He was naming off things that an average boyfriend would do with no trouble and would be happy to do it. But his claim was that because he does drugs, that it's a lot harder for him.
Then Mustafa insists he wants to prove it.
He told me that he wanted me to feel what he felt.
Mustafa pulls his car off onto a path hidden from the highway.
We're parked on some dirt road, and he told me that he was going to inject me.
What did you say?
I told him no. I had never done drugs in my life. I had no interest in doing them, but he made me put my arm out, and he was looking at me.
And he injected you with heroin.
If there's any euphoria from the mind-bending narcotic, it's quickly replaced by sickness and fear.
I would constantly throw up throughout the day. Like the tops of my legs were constantly itchy. My back was itchy. I just remember like nodding off, and it was not enjoyable at all.
Day in and day out for a week, Gabby says Mustafa is injecting her with heroin, beating her when she doesn't comply.
I went to work with black eyes. I had bruises across my face.
Because he would beat you?
Yeah, he would constantly tell me, "You're a bad girl, you don't listen."
And for not listening, Gabby pays a brutal price.
We were driving around, and he pulled down a dirt road, and he got out of the car, and he told me to get out as well, and he told me to pull my pants down and bend over. So I pulled my pants down and I bent over the back of the car, and his belt just hit me over and over and over again. And I remember pushing my body so close to the car, hoping that I would just like melt into the car and I wouldn't feel it. I started telling him to stop. I was crying, I was begging and pleading for him to stop. And when he stopped, he raped me.
Gabby's resistance may be finally broken, but the ruthless Mustafa has one more trick up his sleeve, and it's the beginning of Gabby's ultimate night in hell. Coming up,
I needed to save her.
one final despicable act of control you won't believe.
Are you able to share with us what happened to you that night?